We often hear about leadership, and what comes to our minds are CEOs, politicians, or people in authority. But then, leadership doesn't begin in adulthood. It begins in childhood. One of the greatest gifts we can give to a child isn't just good education or material things, right? It's the ability to lead themselves and positively influence the people around them. Well, today, we'll be talking about why children need leadership skills. And I have a guest with me that will elaborate more on the connection between a child and leadership. With me in the studio, I have a lover and believer of good governance. He's a founder, Focus Leadership Network, and also a convener, Abuja Leaders Hangouts, Mr. Opeyemi Oluwatobi. Hi, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Okay. My first question to you, what does leadership mean for a child? And why is it important to start developing leadership skills at an early age?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So I'll start by saying, what does leadership intakes for a child? I think the society has concentrated leadership into an adult stuff. It must be an adult before you talk about leadership. So leadership in a child means teaching your child or what on how to take responsibility, to dedicate work, and also to show the confidence they have as a child. So it won't be when they grow up before they start learning, or when they grow up before they start understanding what the concept of leadership is. Once they have this mentality, who a leader is, it grows their memory, their brain, and they're able to, okay, this is what it entails. And leadership, as we say it, is responsibility. So you must train a child to be responsible. And when you're doing that, you're talking about leadership.
Okay.
So second question.
Why is it important to start developing?
Okay, it's very important because we are talking about nation building. We can't shift our attention from the problem of Nigeria or Africa without talking about the problem of leadership. So if a child have this thinking faculty about the problem of a nation, not to solve it per se, but have this consciousness that, okay, as I'm a leader, it is my responsibility to do certain things. It is my responsibility to do certain things in a good and a very correct, so to say, correct way. So it brings their memory to this consciousness of who a leader is and why, or the reason for that.
Okay, thank you. So what are some everyday habits or activities parents and teachers can use to help children develop leadership skills? Okay,
as I said earlier, we can't shift attention from the word responsibility. As a parent or a teacher or a ward or a guardian, so to say, there are so many things that you can train or you teach your child. First of all, number one is responsibility. Teach them how to be responsible. Teach them to be dedicated to their work. When they are dedicated to their work, it's a very good quality of a good leaders. And also empathy. When they show kindness or love to other people, that's one of the things that can also improve their leadership skills.
Okay, thank you. So, what common parenting or teaching mistakes can unintentionality prevent children from becoming confidential leaders?
First of all is when you do things for your ward all the time or your child all the time, they know have this power to think on their own. So allow them to make mistake. Once they make mistake, they gain from their little experience that they're making. Mm-hmm. And another thing is that when you compare child to another, it's lower their ego. They feel like, oh, they're not doing fine, they're not doing better than their colleagues, okay, and stuff like that. Before you meet their leadership or skills to go lower and lower and lower and every time. And that is that when they make mistake, you always scold them all the time. Everybody make mistake. An adult make mistakes. So mistakes is not only restricted to people, to adults, also to children. When they make that mistake, let them see that, oh, this mistake you are making, I will not scold you for this. For start, but you have learned from what you make, so that next time you not make it. And when they do things on their own, when they should not be a parent or a teacher that look for perfection in a child. Nobody is perfect. So once they have this consciousness that they are not perfect, but they can work towards perfection, you see before you know it's groomed them, and that mistakes or that lacuna will also be reduced to a very, very minimum.
Okay, so what leadership skills do you believe every child should have before they become teenagers, and why?
Okay. First of all, talk about communication skills. This is one of the very paramount skills that everybody, not even a child, must have. When they have the ability to communicate their what they like, what is giving them, proving their body to people, they can communicate effectively. Their mouth or their voice is not shorting. It's part of skills that they need. Then that confidence in them and that thing is confidence. Let them show them how to be confident on themselves. Okay, this thing I can do it. I make mistake in this. I can also work on this. Then I said earlier, empathy. When they show love for other people, it's a very good skill that even not a child need, but everybody. And that thing that we must also understand is the word responsibility. One of the core skills a leader must have is responsibility. So when a child is being responsible for his action at a very, very early stage, it makes them so confident as they can actually do fine. They can actually do well as a leaders when they grow up, or at the little position that they handle. Because I believe that leadership should not be about politicking. It's not be about leaders, about boss, about CEOs, as you have said earlier, about governors or presidents. It can be within their circle. So with that skills, empathy, confidence, communication, and responsibility. So it's a very good skill that's even not restricted to children, but everybody.
Okay, so would it be safe to say that this should be added in curriculum, like leadership should be added in school curriculum?
Yes, I think that's one of the problems that we have as a nation. Since 1960, I don't want to use the 1999, when we have the pre-colonial masters, the post-colonial, we have this problem of leaders, and our leaders are not even rising to this issue that, okay, how can I solve this issue? What should we do? We are always talking about the problem, but the solution is not coming forth. Or even when the solution is coming forth, we see that when we not get there, we still repeat the same problem. So I believe that from primary school level, when they do their social study, to secondary school, civic education, to senior secondary school, government, then they can add it to the curriculum, and even as a course, we should also integrate into everybody curriculum.
Okay, thank you. So in a layman's understanding, or to summarize everything you said, is saying that we should not just think it down to
the boss
people in high places.
Yes.
We should inculcate that into the children.
Yes,
teach them how to. Now talking about this leadership thing. Oftentimes, it's taught just to the firstborns.
Okay.
Because some of them are forced to be parents before they grow up.
Yeah,
so they're the only ones that understand leadership. And now understanding the leadership is not like understanding generally. They are being taught that as the firstborn, you should be able to guide your younger ones. You are an example to them, so you should lead by example in the good way.
Yes.
You should endure a lot of things.
Yes.
And then sometimes they just leave or ignore the younger ones coming up, and they're just like that. And then you see some of these kids not knowing how to do the little things for themselves because they don't have the understanding of leadership, and then they just have the mindset that leadership is someone that is older than them. So you're saying that this leadership skill should be taught to everybody, first, second, third, all the kids. They should they should be made to understand that it's you owning yourself and being responsible for yourself at a younger age, so that it will aid you into adulthood, to aid you to act well
Yes.
into adulthood, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. Do you have any final word for parents or teachers that these kids spend most of their times with?
Okay, the only thing I have to say is that as a parent, it is expedient that we must try to catch these young people at a very early stage of their life, because once this, and as a parent, what we want our words to do, what we want our kids to do, that's what we should be doing with them. If a father is not responsible to his family, there'll be a problem. The child will look at his father. Since my father is not responsible, I feel that irresponsibility is something that is good. So first of all, let's be responsible as a father, as a mother, as a teacher, or as an uncle, whatever position we are occupying. And if we are doing that, the upcoming generation will see us as, okay, responsibility is a core for nation building, because I believe that Nigeria and Africa as a sub or region is having the issue of problems of leadership, and it will not just come. God will not come and save us. Jesus Christ is not come to save us. Nobody's come to save us. We are going to save our nation, and it starts from the home. And from the home, start by inculcating these skills on our world. And I believe that we'll get it right one day.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's an honor having you here. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this is a very good stuff that I want people to encourage and to keen to it. You're doing a very good job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, God bless you.
My beautiful people, if you're here to this point, that means you watched the video. Thank you for staying. If you're just joining, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And do not forget to share this. I'm sure that by now you've understood that leadership, the word leadership, isn't just for the people at the top. It's everywhere. It's for everybody. And our children should be taught that it's okay to start taking responsibility at their tender age. It's okay for them to have empathy. It's okay for them to be kind. It doesn't make them less of a person. And it's okay for them to know how to be with their peers, handle their peers, and be confident enough in all that they do. Till next time, I'll see you. Bye.